Oh my god, I haven't made a video on here for an extremely long time. The other videos I made were completely utter bollocks and shit, and I found them embarrassing, so I deleted them. And this one might end up shit too. I don't want it to be shit, but it might end up shit. So I'm just gonna reintroduce myself. Louise. I'm 22 years old, almost 23 years old, and I'm from England, as you can tell by my accent. Me and my cousin have been talking. Well, she's sort of my cousin. I see her as my cousin, but we might be doing videos together. This is going to be like a sort of joint channel with her, I suppose. She won't be in every single video, but we haven't really sorted it out yet, so that's something to think about. So my paranormal experiences, where do I begin? I've had quite a few. Some of them are really, really weird, and some of them are freaky, and some of them I needed time to think about because they were quite a long time ago now. So let's get started. My first ever paranormal experience was when I was about 7 years old. My mum had just passed away, and we were coming back from a counselling sort of session, I suppose. This was like a week or two after my mum had passed away. So I remember I was in the car in the back seat, and my dad and Gran were in the front, and we were coming up this hill, and I saw this like spinny thing in the air. I thought it was a plane, but it was coming really, really fast, and I looked up, and it was like coming really, really close, but it looked like it was like sort of landing. I was like, why would a plane land around here? There's no airport or whatever. And as I saw it coming closer, it was spinning, like it was like a circle. It had loads and loads of lights on it, and it was spinning. And that really, really freaked me out. I couldn't sleep for days. I told everyone that I'd seen a flying saucer, and they were like, what are you on about? You're talking rubbish. No one believed me, but I knew what I saw, and it was definitely not a plane. It was definitely not a helicopter. It was spinning. It was a circle. And that's all I remember. Like I said, I was 7 years old, but I remember what I saw. And it was definitely a UFO. My second experience was about 8 years ago, when I was 14. I was out with my friends. I was out with my friend, her boyfriend, and some other guy. And it was a school night, and it was dark. It must have been the winter, because it was dark. It was only about 6, 7 o'clock, and we thought, hey, let's go to these woods. Years and years ago, about 60, 70 years ago, a plane crashed into these woods, and every single person on the plane died. So we're like, let's go and check these woods out, being young teenagers who thought we could check stuff out and let's be cool, because let's go into these woods and they might be haunted. So we decided to go to these woods, but me and my friend were too scared to go in them. So we sat on a wall opposite the woods, so we were facing them, and the two guys decided to go in there. So me and my friend were talking, and I saw this light up in the trees. I didn't think much of it. I was like, oh, that's the moon. It's a clear night. And I looked behind me like a couple of minutes later, and the moon was behind me. So whatever that was up in the trees was not the moon. It was this orb type thing just hovering up in the trees. And after I'd seen that, the boys ran out of the woods, and they were shook up. They were screaming. They said that they'd seen something had touched them. They were just really, 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 really freaked out. Next experience was probably a few years later. I was about 17 years old. I was having a sleepover with my friends, and I'll just say before I get into this story that the house that I lived in then, my mum did pass away, in that house. I believed that her presence was still in that house looking after me and my dad. As I was saying, me and my friends were having a sleepover. My dad was asleep in his bedroom, so no one else was in that house apart from me and my friends, who were in my bedroom, and my dad in his room. So that day I was pretty upset about something, I think, and I decided to go downstairs and get myself some water. So I got myself some water, I turned off the kitchen light, shut the kitchen door, and the kitchen door it's got like this glass thing in it, like a window, but it's like misty sort of glass, but you can still see into the kitchen. So I shut the kitchen door, the kitchen light was off. I went halfway up the stairs and the kitchen light turned itself back on. So that really freaked me out. Like, how can a light just turn itself back on? I don't know. If anyone knows, then let me know. But a light can't just turn itself back on, especially like it wasn't straight after I turned the light off either. It was at least like 10-20 seconds after I turned it off. So I was obviously freaked out. I went upstairs to get one of my friends and I said, look, this kitchen light has just turned itself back on and I want you to come downstairs with me because I'm scared. Next experience is in this house, actually. A few people have seen things in this house, especially in this room. Someone's seen a man in this room. Other people have seen other different things. I've fallen down the stairs like 3 times in one day. Just fell. Like, there's no explanation how I fell. I just fell from top to bottom. Like, I didn't trip or anything, I didn't slide, I just fell. This house is where I have first had sleep paralysis, and for those who don't know what it is, it's when you come out of a sleep and your mind is awake and you're able to look around the room, but your body is still asleep. And you cannot move, you cannot talk, you are paralysed, just led there, and it's really scary. And some people say that as they're having sleep paralysis, they see a like shadow figures or like ghosts or just weird shapes. But I haven't really had that. But the closest I've ever been to having that is as I come out of sleep paralysis, as I'm able to start moving again, I have rolled over to look this way because my bed's there. So I've rolled over to look this way and I've seen this white figure, like a really tall figure, and obviously it scared me, so I put the blanket over me and got scared, and that was that. Like, I took the cover off me, it wasn't there anymore, so that was really weird. Once I was sleeping downstairs, it was the summer of 2013, I think, if I remember correctly, and I was sleeping down in the back room. I was sleeping on the pull-out bed because I thought it would be cooler down there than sleeping up here. I had the patio door open leading onto the back garden. No one can get into the back garden, it's totally sealed off from anyone, so I thought that'd be alright to have the door open slightly. So I was sleeping and I woke up to find this dark hooded figure just coming in the door, walking round the bed, and it just went right over me. Like, his face was right in my face, and I can't explain what the face was like, really. It was kind of like a clown face, but it was a really freaky sort of face, and I screamed like mad. I was so scared. I put the blanket over my face. I was just really scared, and it was just gone. I've woke up in the night before to get up to go to the toilet, and as I go into the bathroom, I've seen a shadow figure just standing in the doorway. And that's freaky. If anyone doesn't know what a shadow figure is, it's just a figure with no sort of face. It's just black, like a shadow, basically. My most recent experiences has probably been in work. I work in a care home, and it's a very old building. It's been a school before it's been a care home, and in this care home we look after old people, and these people are at end of life, so they pass away, which is sad. It can be really sad sometimes. So a lot of people have died in this place, and a lot of the staff members have seen stuff. A couple of years ago, I was working upstairs by myself on this corridor, and I was on my phone texting. I was walking around this corner, and as I got right this corner, I saw like this black, really thin figure standing there. I thought it was one of the staff members at first. I was like, oh, sorry for walking into you. I looked up, and it wasn't any of the staff members. It was just this black figure with no face. It was really thin, and it just disappeared right in front of me. I walked on because I didn't really think much of it at the time. Sometimes you just think, like, it takes a long time for it to sink in. So I walked ahead. I got extremely cold, and I was like, what the hell was that? That's just weird. Last year my friend was on a night shift, and she saw a little boy running into the kitchen with pajamas on. Now, people do visit, like they bring their children in to see their great grandparents or whatever, but this was about 3 o'clock in the morning. So why would a child be in this home at 3 o'clock in the morning? You don't get visitors coming at that time, especially with kids. So that was that. And then I was down in laundry, and I saw a little boy with striped pajamas on, and then it disappeared and the light started flickering. That's all I've had. If you have any paranormal experiences that you'd like to share in the comments, yeah.